Hey everyone! So today I want to take you through the 2022 New Year Reflection Journal. This is a process that I've been doing for a few years and trying to fine tune it, where I reflect on the year that has passed and the ways that my life has changed, the way that my mind has grown, and I like to set goals for the new year, kind of like resolutions, but more so I like to focus on how I want to feel in new year. I do talk about like things I want to accomplish or the ways that I want certain aspects of my life to change. But I try to keep it not I try to keep it specific and not necessarily tangible. I think that I found the most growth this way because if I think about how I want to feel, then I'll do things that make me feel that way, and that will help me call in that feeling in other ways of my life. So, like, instead of asking for a new car, like, I want to feel what it feels like to drive the car of my dreams, and I kind of focus on that. Anyway, that process is just kind of help me manifest things that I never thought that I could, instead of being so attached to what I think it'll look like in the end or what it's supposed to look like. I focus on what it's supposed to feel like. Anyway, so this is part of the process that I take to kind of get to that mindset and prepare for a new year where I can accomplish certain goals and think about what I really want and how I want to live my life. Okay, so first here we have the cover. I just did a simple Happy 2020 New Year design, and on the side we have the tabs. The star at the top will take you to the index. Then we have review, reflect, focus, plan, visualize, and mindset. So I'll take you through to the index here. It says review. We have the 2021 wrap up, monthly highlights and memories, a gratitude dump. For a reflection, we reflect on our goals and improvements. We do a reflection for self-discovery, and then we write a letter to ourselves. For focus, you hone in on what you want, you set your priorities, values, intentions, and you decide how you want to level up in all areas of your life. Then you plan. So I separated the year into thirdlies. I know that a lot of people do it quarterly, so I know thirdly might be a little weird or different, but my mind works better if I set things up into threes. So, and I tend to set goals that actually take 4 months rather than 3 months. It's just easier for me. And I don't like planning too much in the year, so a 1, 2, 3 goal instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit too far past my ability to plan or whatever, right? Because things don't always go that way in the long run. So I set it up so January to April, June to August, September to December, and those are the goals that we'll set. So then you do your monthly, weekly, and your daily goals, and then the monthly, weekly calendar. And then you visualize. So we have a dream big exercise, space for a vision board, and a visualization exercise. So then we're going to set our mind. So what kind of mindset do you want to go into 2022 with? So we can do some inner work here and reflect on how we want to have an impact on the people around us. And then we ask ourselves how we want to feel and what would make ourselves feel that way. And then we pick a word or a theme for the year that we can build the year or our planning system around for the year. So then this is the cover for the review section. We have the 2021 review wrap up. We got some questions here, a list on the side for things to let go of. Then we have monthly highlights and memories for each month. So I go through and I reflect on the biggest parts, the biggest changes, the biggest lessons I've learned throughout the year, my favorite memories. And I'll put pictures here or just write a little note and kind of design it how I want to remember this year, because I feel like sometimes I get into a bad headspace and I don't want to remember the year in a bad way. So I think having a yearly overview at a glance to see really how the year kind of played itself out, it's interesting to see from a visual perspective. So, and then we have the 2021 review. This is just a gratitude dump. So you could put pictures, you could put sayings or like little you can design it so the text is bigger in some areas and smaller in some areas. And just fill the page with everything that you're grateful for experiencing, feeling, receiving for 2021. So then we have the reflection section. We're going to reflect on 2021, see where we grow, where we want to improve, what do we want to stop, start, continue, and just going down answering the questions. Then we have a little self-reflection. We just fill in the sentences as you go. It's good to do this in one go. So you just spend 20 minutes completing each sentence. And it really gets you into thinking about what you want and important questions about what makes you happy, really, so that you can hone in on that for the next year. So then we have a space to write a letter to yourself. Really write it. You can write it in the present moment, like me to me now, or you can write me now to me at the end of next year, or you can write it to yourself when you might not be feeling the best. So you can write it to yourself to encourage yourself, and then reread it when you don't feel encouraged. And then we have the focus section, honing in on your desires. So really asking yourself what you want and what you would do if you knew you'd be supported, things like that. And then you have space to ask yourself what you want to experience, to be, to feel, to receive, to give, to learn, to buy, to have, to do. So there's space for that. Then you have space to write your priorities, your values and intentions, and where they meet. So priorities are things that are most important to you, high priority, like that is your number one focus for the year. Your values is again what's important to you, but in the sense of like how you want to be, the kind of person you want to be. Like, what do you value? Do you value being organized? Do you value being kind? So things like that. And then in the space here, you put where they meet up. And then intentions are really how you want to feel. So you want to feel light. You want to feel like things are easy for you. You want to feel like confident that you know what you're doing. You want to feel brave. You want to feel in tune. You want to feel focused. You want to feel productive. You want to feel like things like that. And then you can see where they line up with your priorities and with your values. I really like that exercise. So then we have space to level up in all areas of your life. In the copy you get, you'll see that all of them are blank, but here I've chosen to fill in the categories where I want to see some growth in my life. So I have spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, in my business, in my online presence, in my leadership skills, in my confidence, my creativity, in my journaling, hobbies and interests, fun, hygiene, self-care, love, relationships, food and cooking, yoga and fitness, wardrobe, and home decor. So I really like having separate spaces for separate categories so I can really envision what it would be like to level up in that area, and just writing them down and putting some pictures or anything to motivate me. So then we have the plan. So here we have space to write our goals for the first third. So goals would be on this side for January, February, March, and April, and intentions would be on this side. So intentions, again, how do you want to feel? So these are the things that you want to achieve. Maybe you want to finish reading 2 or 3 books. That could be a goal. And then intentions, how you want to feel. You want to feel relaxed. You want to feel peaceful, right? So that can affect the way you choose what goals you want. So if reading makes you feel relaxed, then that would make sense. So, and then in your second third, and your third third, so the third of the year. So there's space for that. And then you can make a monthly, weekly, and daily goal sheet. So monthly, so what do you want to do once a month, twice a month? What do you want to do once or twice a week? And what do you want to do every day or try to do every day? So for me, like working out would be a weekly goal because I want to do it 4 times a week, 5 times a week, not necessarily every day. And then a monthly goal would be like clean my bedroom twice in the month, at least, things like that. And then you have specifically monthly goals, so January, February, March, April, and it's set up into the third, so that in your mind you can see that it's 3/3 in the year. And then we have space for the weekly goal. So if you have a big goal for January that you want to get done in that month, now choose 4 steps that you need to do to get there and do 1 step a week so that you can break it down and make things super specific, and it'll be easier to create your to-do lists for the month and like your do your monthly setups in your planner and things like that. So then we have the visualize part, which we have space to dream big. So for this exercise, if this year went exactly as it was supposed to and you got everything done that you needed to, where would you be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? So you have space here to write what it would look like. And for this one, again, dreaming big, like visualizing it, acting as if it's already happened, acting as if it's going to happen. Really like shoot for the moon here, because even if you only get half of what you kind of manifest, it still works. And, you know, you end up getting what you want. But yeah, so how could your life be different 5, 10, and 20 years down the road? And then we have a vision board right here. Obviously, I love the space. You're just gonna put your pictures that you think 2022 will look or feel like, words, quotes, any sayings, just to bring your 2022 vision to life. Then we have space to write if this year went perfectly, it would look like. And I like to do this exercise, really long form sentences, stream of conscious, just keep going, like one sentence after the other. So acting as if it's happening now. So if your goal is to run a 10K at the end of the year, like I ran a 10K and came in first place or whatever, right? So writing it as if the year already happened. Then we have space to mindset. So we have some questions for inner work. And then at the bottom here, we have some questions to talk about how we want to impact the people around us. And then we set our minds. So here, what would make me feel joy, clarity, connection, or how can I be more compassionate, patient, kind, confident this year? So we have space for that. And then your word or your theme of the year. So you pick a word, a quote, poem, prayer, phrase that calls in how you want to feel. And you refer back to this motto for your, like when during hard times, when unexpected things happen, to bring you back into focus. So you put the quote in the middle of the page and decorate around it, or it could be as big as the page, whatever one works for you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching.